Alright guys, so it turns out this hype train has officially turned into a roller coaster. What's up dudes, Max here, and I'm making the final rumor video that's going to be leading up into the eventual release of information about a potential Marvel vs. Capcom 4 at the PlayStation Experience this Saturday. At this point, there is some really interesting stuff I want to talk about that has changed over the past couple of days, but I just want this damn news to happen, so this is going to be the last one, regardless of what gets announced tonight or the next night, unless it is an official announcement. Now, the big update that's happened since the last video, which was talking about the fact that the next potential Marvel vs. Capcom 4 title would not include any X-Men, kind of suggesting the exact same thing, that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to be the main focus of this fighting game, further solidifying the fact that the X-Men and all those classic characters from previous Marvel games are going to be gone. But there is potentially a good reason behind this. A lot more info has come to light over the past 24 hours, presumably noting that Marvel vs. Capcom 4 might not be a 4 at all. That this potential game could be a reboot of the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise, simply being called just that, Marvel vs. Capcom. And this to me makes the most sense of everything else that's going on right now. The other big rumor that has been going around for the past week or so that I haven't talked about a lot because it's a gameplay related thing, and I really didn't want to talk about gameplay related things because it's not even a game yet, is the fact that this game is supposedly supposed to be a 2 vs. 2 fighting game with an assist character. You might remember this very similar to some other fighting games, notably the first Marvel vs. Capcom. And as much as I didn't want to believe it, because that's a huge step down, it doesn't feel like that is a Marvel vs. Capcom 4, it feels like they're taking a step back, now makes perfect sense with this game being rebooted. If this is going to be a Marvel vs. Capcom, this is a perfect opportunity for them to drop the fact that it is a sequel, and it's more going to focus around the Marvel Cinematic Universe of characters, and for them to further focus some of the gameplay mechanics that kind of got a little crazy with the old Marvel vs. Capcom series, potentially taking it down to 2 vs. 2, focusing less on X-Men, more on Marvel characters, while the Capcom side presumably is going to stay fairly similar. This is all kind of falling into place is what I'm trying to say. Even though there is a high chance of there not being X-Men characters, there is a high chance of the game actually existing, but I think right now if it is going to exist, we might not see a Marvel vs. Capcom 4, instead just a Marvel vs. Capcom title that is a big departure from the classic comic style and more focuses on the current Marvel Cinematic Universe. Do I want this? No. Am I glad it could be potentially a thing? Of course. But I think they have something else planned for the fans of the previous games. Since this game is going to focus so much on their new Marvel vs. Capcom, the rebranding of the series that's going to later take us into maybe potential future games that is going to focus around Capcom characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they don't want to ignore the older games, which is the other big rumor that was also teased in the Eurogamer article that just showed up, as well as the Polygon article and many other sources, that there is going to be an update to the previous games of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. There's also been a whole bunch of stuff that's been happening lately. Iron Galaxy is doing a Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom stream, who, as everybody knows, and I've worked for them, made Killer Instinct Season 2 and 3, but before that, they were fighting game developers for Capcom. These guys are notorious for remastering classic Capcom games, and they're pretty damn good at it. From Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition to Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, Darkstalkers Resurrection, and a few other Capcom titles not even to be mentioned. They have a wide history of working with Capcom, and amidst all the talks about who's developing this game, the name Iron Galaxy has shown up on a lot of people's radars when it comes to the development of a potential Marvel vs. Capcom 4. But based on everything that's going on right now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Marvel vs. Capcom is going to be developed by someone in Japan, whether or not it's aiding on the previous developers. But I think that, and I really hope, I want this to be true so bad, that Ultimate Marvel 3 could potentially get an update of some kind, or maybe a PS4 version, a modern-day console version would be awesome, that is developed hopefully by Iron Galaxy. That is like a huge hope at this point. I don't know if it's going to come true, but it's a perfect opportunity to kind of wet the whistles of Marvel vs. Capcom fans because, as we made a video not even like a week and a half ago, that game never got the proper support from developers, and this could be the most amazing opportunity for it. And I'm just thinking, to me personally, I might just be as ridiculously excited as an update to Ultimate Marvel 3 as I am about a potential brand new Marvel vs. Capcom reboot game, if not Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Still, we don't know anything, but these are the things I'm really excited about. At this point, I'm fairly confident that there is going to be an announcement of something big from Capcom at the PlayStation Experience event, and even further rumors and people that have been talking have been saying that this announcement is going to come first at the PlayStation Experience keynote, which is early on Saturday, and then later, after the Capcom Cup is concluded, the other rumor is that there's going to be a gameplay demo of some kind. I'm still shocked that the release date of this game from many sources is saying 2017. That really doesn't line up with Capcom's fighting game release schedule, so I'm not too sure about that one, because Capcom might not have a lot of faith in the usual February to March timeframe that almost all of their fighting games have released in over this generation and the last one, and they might want to change that up because, obviously, for Street Fighter Cross Tekken and for Street Fighter V, it really hasn't been working out too great. So, for this final rumor video, we're summarizing everything that's happened right now. Marvel vs. Capcom 4 was rumored to be revealed at PlayStation Experience, although there is a high probability that it is not Marvel 4, it is a Marvel vs. Capcom reboot, focusing less on X-Men established characters like many of the previous titles, and more focusing around the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bringing the game back to a 2 vs. 2 playstyle with 1 assist. While there's also the chance that there is an Ultimate Marvel 3 remaster in the works, which would be absolutely amazing, but there's still no confirmation of this and only rumors at this time. But based on everything we've been hearing and so many people coming forward with news, information, stories that are coming from a huge variety of sources, I'm going to once again bump up the chances of any of this stuff happening to about 75%. That's right, there's a 3/4 chance that we're going to get a brand new Marvel vs. Capcom title that is going to be announced just this Saturday. And with that, we're done. No more rumor videos. I simply just want to know what is going to happen, and I'll be watching the event live on Saturday morning and then attending the Capcom Cup later that evening. So until then, thank you dudes very much for watching, but I'm going to be back next time with more videos like this that's going to be discussing things that actually happen. Or maybe didn't happen, which would indeed be the darkest of timelines.